It's me again. Well, I haven't made a video in a few days, 2 days exactly. Sunday, it seemed like I made 3, 4 videos. I don't know how many I made, at least 3. Anyway, even after the last video, I still worked a few more hours. Came back out and worked till almost midnight, finishing that up. So yesterday, I did yard work. Then I came home and probably worked an hour, hour and a half, but it was dark. When I got done, I didn't really want to do a video. So today I worked all day, but it's just around 5 or so, and I just got home and thought I would do a quick video. Actually, I may do 2. I don't know what I'll do, but I wanted to show you what I've done and so far, and what my plans are, my next few steps to go. So before I get started, before I do anything, all I've done is open the doors to the trailer so I can show you what it looks like and the mystery of the trailer. So here we have it. All right, so here's the back of the trailer. This is what it looks like when I'm working. I have turned this is my workspace, and obviously I don't have everything on the walls, just what I need to get through the week for now. I've got my gas cans and got my blower and my mower, big mower, and the little mower's back there. If you can see it, the handle's folded up. My weed eater and my safety supplies with my gloves, my hat, and my face shield for when I weed eat, because I get sick of being hit in the face with rocks. So now I'm going to take you back to the living space through the doorway, which I don't have a door for yet. And here is what it looks like. You know what this reminds me of? It looks like a house that's being remodeled with supplies everywhere. And that's exactly what it is. It's my house that's being remodeled. So, I wanted to show you this before I cleaned it up. I can't really show you exactly what I've done stepping through outside until I clean this stuff out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and pick back up here once I get all this stuff out of the trailer. Here we go. Well, hello. Hello, Boulder. Alright, so I didn't clean everything out, but I cleaned out enough to where I could see what was going on. Because I didn't want to clean everything out, because I got to put it all back in when I'm done. So, as you can see, I finished that wall over there. That was a driver's side wall that I hadn't finished on the last videos. These walls, this is the nose, the left side and the right side. And this was done too, the left side of the door. But yesterday when I came home, this is what I did yesterday. I haven't put the cover back on the light yet, but I had to take the light off and everything, and I had to pry that wood back. I even separated this leg from the wall so I took the bottom piece of wood off this piece right here, and this was something else. You see this little spot right here? These are angle irons, but they go in, so the insulation had to go up under here. So what I did was I cut it in half. I stuffed the right side in, and then I had to go this, mind you, I couldn't pull back, so I just unscrewed it, everything, and then was able to pull it back some. But I had to stuff this left side in. When I got done, I was dripping in sweat. So it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So what I have left as far as the walls are concerned. All right, so obviously I haven't put any of the trim work back. I am going to have to get, the trim was stapled on. I didn't even know, I've never used staples like that. Obviously I've seen them in lots of places, but these staples, if you can make that out, they are protruding still in the trim, which is a problem because I'm going to have to take every one of those staples out. Now, that's going to be a nightmare. That's going to take a while. You see all that trim work, and then there's a few pieces over here. So, all that trim work, staples are going to have to be removed, and there's lots of staples in them. Some of the bigger pieces have 20 or so. So, anyway, these, I don't even have a staple gun to staple them back with the same kind of staples. So, I'm probably going to have to buy a staple gun with the right staples, and I got to remove these. Now, I saw a YouTube video about how to remove these. This guy used a staple gun, and what he did was he put the two prongs on the ends of the staples, and he blew it out. Now he had a pneumatic staple gun, so I don't know if it'll work with an electric one. No point in me getting a pneumatic one because I don't have an air compressor. Not yet, but I'm not prepared to buy one just yet, and especially not just for a staple gun. So, yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out. So trim work isn't essential at the moment until I start building the loft. Then I'll need to have all that work finished by then, because if I decide to paint these walls, which I want to paint them, then obviously the trim work has to be up before I can paint them. Now, you can see how they divided it. I have a good mind to do all new trim work. Just do it, make it look neater. So I'm going to be thinking about that. See how it doesn't, maybe even new plywood up there, you know what I mean? So instead of putting that trim back, filling in the gaps with something else and then caulking it and then whatnot. I don't know, making it look more presentable instead of just that trim. So you see how there's a gap there, and then you got the gap up here and all that. So I don't really want to battle that. We'll have to see how I'm going to do it. But here's the new wall. Now, we have a problem. This spot right here is where the window air conditioner's got to go. So obviously I put the wall up without putting a hole there. So now I've got to put a hole there. Alright, so now that's going to be difficult because the air conditioner is going to take up most of the stud space. So getting a saw in there is going to be a trick. I have my new jigsaw, and that's a possibility. But even the jigsaw will be difficult if the lines go all the way to the studs, because the sides of the jigsaw won't fit in there. So, but what I can do is come from this side over here. Is you can see this is the wall. This is where it's going to pop out. But I have an issue here that I don't like. You see this wall, I built it too high. You see how it sticks out the top? When I was building it, I was thinking that I need to go to the ceiling, but really I don't need to, because this is out here in the workspace. Really, just taking it to the top of this is all that's necessary. So, and on top of that, it's so tall, I had to fit it in there, and it's pushing that stud or rafter. In a house that'd be called a rafter, I guess. It's pushing it up, creating probably a bulk on the ceiling. I don't know. I'm not sure how much of a rise, but I know it's pushing that up, and I don't like that either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wall back off. It's just got screws on it, you know, along the way. I just take the screws out, and of course I've got to take this 2x4 off because this 2x4 is up against it. But this 2x4, we'll remove the 2x4, and then I can remove the wall, and then that will create space in between there. Although I just thought of something. Maybe I have this 2x4 to contend with. I might have to take that 2x4 off as well, which is just 3 screws. But at any rate, that will leave me the space I need to get my saw in there. And that's the whole point. Because I take all the gas cans out, get it all out of my way. I have to get a step ladder here. So I would cut it from this side. So probably what I would do is from this side, I will draw in the square of the hole where I want it. And then I'll take my drill and let's say the square is up here, is like this corner. I'll take the drill and drill a hole in each one of the corners to mark it out. And that will show me where to draw the lines in pencil on the other side so that I can just stick my saw in there and cut it. So there you have it. The master plan. Alright, so, but before I work on that, this piece right up here is not done. This is the only, besides the new wall and the door itself, this is the only part where I don't have insulation, and the ceiling, of course. This is the only part on the walls that I don't have any insulation. So I have got to take this thing out. I got to get the bit to take these screws out and then pop this thing off. It's probably screwed on there too, somehow. And probably behind this trim there's some screws, because I don't see any above it. So I could probably leave the trim on there and then just, well, no, I can't if I got to get to the screws. So I'm gonna have to pop the trim off, but after I take this thing off. Anyway, and then put the insulation in there and then put it back. So that's the first thing I got to do, because I just need to get that out of the way so that all the walls will be done except for the new wall here. Then I can go to removing this board and these 2x4s that are going to be in my way. And then I can draw in my hole on this side after I remeasure the air conditioner again, making sure I got enough room. I will draw in the holes here, and then I will drill the corners out, and then I'll go to the other side and draw in the hole for there, and then I'll get my saw and I'll start hooking up to the generator and start cutting the hole out and get that all cut out. And then at the bottom of the hole, I'm going to put a stud or a 2x4 straight across here to support the air conditioner. And then I'm going to put a stud from a 2x4 from here, from the bottom of this 2x4 all the way down here. So I will probably stick the 2x4 in. I might, if I cut it right, then it'll be a nice tight fit without anything. And I probably won't even, then I'll maybe just screw in this side, because I don't want to take this apart to screw in this side. I could screw it down in from the top, or the bottom, but it's not really necessary, because what I'm going to do is I will put the screw it into the supporting 2x4s from the top here on both sides. And those supporting ones will be screwed into the sides. These studs right here. So there you have it. So the air conditioner will be completely supported. This rail, the top board here will be the top of the hole. Maybe. I'm not sure. But there will not be. Yeah, I want the air conditioner to be as high as possible, because this is where my bed is going to be, the loft. My head is going to be right up there. And the air conditioner needs to be, well, it's not going to be like, it's going to be sticking out on the other side. Up here, it'll only be sticking, just the face of it sticks out. So it won't be sticking out real far, but when I put my pillow down, I want it to be below the air conditioner if I can. If I can do that. Now, I guess I could possibly put the air conditioner right here on this section, which I had not even considered, because the generator was going to go there. And then it wouldn't be in the way of my, wouldn't be in my way of my head at all. Do you know? That's actually starting to sound like a good idea. Because I don't have anything I was actually going to put up there, and I am concerned about having a place to prop my pillows up if I want to sit in bed and watch TV or something. Which my head will be down here, and I'll be laid across here, and the TV will be over here, so that I can see it at an angle here, like that. So yeah, that might be a better plan. I'll just have to see where it comes out, because the generator is going to sit there, but it doesn't have to sit right there. I mean, it can sit the it'll probably come down. What am I doing? Let's see. Where's my tape measure? Oh, I think I left it in the house. If I recall, it's probably going to come down right here. So, and the generator, I don't know if the generator will sit up under it, but I don't know that if it does sit up under it, this 2x4 might be in the way. I like this 2x4 here because, you see, I've driven around all day with that drink can sitting there, and it's got drink in it, but it has not fallen over. So, and anything heavy sitting up here, it's not going to slide off because this 2x4 is in the way. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to put the 2x4s on top of the plywood instead of underneath. So, and which is why I went through so much effort to support this. To build all of that squared in support down there. This gas can is slam full. It's been sitting up here all day, and there's no sign of any vulnerability or any weakness. These gas cans, well, they're not heavy right now. They're not full. That one in the back is empty. So so they're not actually carrying any weight. But I can, if I put the air conditioner on the other side, then of course I can utilize this entire space here for gas cans and whatnot. In fact, I've got room to build another shelf right up here. I can maybe put my socket set up there or something. I don't know. Something. I can store something up there. I'm sure I've got plenty of stuff to store. Storage space is something I don't really have. So, a lot for. So I need to, wherever I can put storage space, I need to put it. Anyway, this video is going on longer than I planned. So there you have it. I want to get started with that space above the door, like I said, and from there I'll see what time it is to see. This door thing shouldn't take long at all. I'll see what time it is to cut the hole. I'll have to make a final decision as to where I'm going to cut the hole. So there you have it. Oh, that's Boulder making his debut. So here, say hello, Boulder. Hey, say hello. See, he doesn't know why I'm talking to him this way. Here he's just running up. He's getting very comfortable with the trailer, which is good because he's going to be spending a lot of time here. All right, there you go. Me and Boulder in the wild.